Over the years, one of the most common questions we get at Black Magic Alchemy is, how do you guys make mushrooms taste good? Mushrooms do not typically taste good. Just think of taking a mushroom from the forest and turning it into a tea or a liquid tincture. It's probably not going to be something you think of as delicious. Yet, this is one of the most common things we hear with the company is people love our products. They taste better than candy. They're actually something that it takes willpower to not keep drinking the whole thing or taking the full tincture. Right here, I'm holding one of our products. This is actually a reishi mushroom Shirley Temple tincture. And this is something that people say, you know, we only told them take 2 droppers a day, 2 full droppers a day, and they want to basically take the whole bottle. So what's causing that unlock to make mushrooms actually taste good, and how can you make mushrooms taste good if you want to go buy them or you want to try your own herbal mixes? And I'm going to teach you, it's a really simple idea. The concept goes into herbalism, and it's a very ancient idea that people kind of want to step aside. What they want to do is, you see these mushroom products where they just add like 20 different mushrooms in it, like 30 different herbs, and people look at it and they're like, oh my god, it must be so good with all these mushrooms, and look at all the herbs in it, it's got to be good. But actually, if you look at just simple things like food combining, if you mix too much into your body, it's very confusing for your body, and it takes a lot of different enzymes to be manufactured to actually break down and utilize all the components within those mushroom products or herbal products you're buying. So in fact, you actually want to be more intelligent with it, and you want to choose a primary herb, and then you want to choose a secondary that balances it out. So for instance, in our main formula, we have chaga as our main proprietary herb, and the secondary is sarsaparilla. And yeah, we have a bunch of others like wild cherry tree bark, juniper, licorice root, dandelion. Those are not in high proportions though. Those are more to carry the whole situation forward. The chaga and the sarsaparilla are working in tangent to actually perform their function. Chaga bringing the immune modulating components like polysaccharides, beta-glucans, and zinc. Whereas the sarsaparilla is actually bringing the plant sapioins and the digestive components to actually help you absorb the chaga. That's why people report such amazing effects from taking our elixir, like their skin glowing, or they notice when they take it, their stomach, their digestion feels on point. That's because of doing it that way. We're not just throwing a million different herbs at them. All the rest of the herbs in it are just carrying those two forward. And the same goes with our reishi tincture. Reishi is our foremost herb here, it's our primary herb, and our secondary and third herb, which we've added a third in there, is the goji berries and the schizandra. All the other herbs in it are just there to support it, but we're not just throwing handfuls at the wall seeing what sticks and how it's going to hit your body and affect you. We're choosing it very selectively. So the next time you go to the store and you see a product that just has a ton of different things in it, it's just rammed with different herbs and mushrooms, and you think it's impressive, actually you might want to think that through, because it's not as absorbable and will actually cause you digestive stress and ailments. In fact, even gastrointestinal upset can occur if you take too many herbs or superfoods at once. So it's much better to find products and find formulas that they have a primary herb and 1 or 2 secondary herbs that are really bringing it forward, and then of course you want to make it taste good. That's why, for instance, we chose sarsaparilla to go with chaga, not just for the benefit, but sarsaparilla tastes like root beer. It's got that herbal flavor, and in fact, it was the element that made root beer taste the way it does. That's the ancient ingredient for root beer. That's why people like it. We chose it to help flavor chaga, to mask some of the more bitter, strong, bold elements from this tree, this mushroom that grows off a tree in a forest for 40 years. For God's sake, it's not going to taste great. It's very subtle, so the sarsaparilla comes in and brings the flavor out and combines. With reishi, like I mentioned, the goji and schizandra bring out the sweeter tones in reishi versus the bitter tones. So it's not just for health benefits. You also want to look at pairing your main herb with something that's going to help it taste good, because if you don't take it daily, you're not going to benefit from it. You want to build up a bank, like I mentioned, a treasury. That treasury will then help you get all the rewards and benefits. You don't want your products collecting dust in your shelf. You want it something that you're taking it daily, so you build up the potency and strength in your body. So that's the main components for it. When you go find products, find something that has really that selective herbalism combined, and also consider, you want to buy things that also taste good so you keep taking them. Not just a one-time thing. If it's really bitter, you're probably not going to want to keep taking it, and thus you're not going to get the full benefit. So that's how it works, that's how we do it, that's how we're going to keep delivering products of Black Magic, making them taste good, and using smart, ancient formulas for herbalism that are just simple, that work.